Us now, shall we? Noble Crosbyana, like I mentioned, has joined us in studio, and shortly Sixtus Stone will do same as well. Crosby, good morning to you. Trust that you're well.
Good morning again. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, the listeners have been listening to you all throughout, and so it's important that you reiterate that point that you've been here all throughout. I was going to ask how the weekend was, but I just remembered today's a Tuesday and not a Monday.
That you went to Maui, you went to make plans, you didn't go to proper school too.
Which school did you attend?
My school, I booted us out of the Shark School, the Science and Math schools.
You are the Sharks host, so you are saying Shark School space. Which school is this again?
Kumasi Anglican Senior High School.
I've never heard of it before, but you've heard of Mauli School before. That's enough. That's enough.
Because of yesterday, because of the weekend.
Oh. So feedy.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. I would have done myself some if I didn't go to do direct translation. Yeah, because I mean it was great. It was great seeing.
I mean it's a great avenue for some levels of motivation to the people in the school to put the school on the map, and there's some it has some tourism links as well. We do funeral tourism right now, so we could start doing something related to education. I mean, with all the old boys and girls we have in the various schools, the homecomings and all of that, we can look at it well, position it so nicely that we'll even attract, foreigners to come to the various schools. It will not necessarily be about the festivals and all of that. Sometimes we can leverage on education. So my school, for instance, CAS, we can do that, but you people, I don't know.
Oh. For us, we're already in the business of drawing enough investment into the school from UMSUYE groups in different parts of the Americas and even here in Ghana as well. But anyways, you're invited to the Volta region and to be a part of all that we do. It was a beautiful ceremony that I need to stress and mention greatly. But we're back in the capital and thankful to God for the gift of life, such that we can proceed. But let's get into the newspapers. Since I have the graphic, perhaps I'll just read that, or let me allow you start so that.
Okay. I'll go with the New Finder newspaper. On the front page, Ghana loses over 300 million cedis monthly to smuggling. 300 million cedis every month. What is 312?
That's 3.6 billion.
Wow. That's also on the front page of the New Finder newspaper. IC Research forecast policy rate cut in November, and profit taking pushes GSC down 1.45%. Mishandling CD leads to depreciation. That's according to the Bank of Ghana. I want to read this. Mishandling the CD.
As in, if you crumple the money, it leads to depreciation.
Maybe the mishandling is not that one, but let me check. And those of you who like to fold your money like Sixtus, they likes to squeeze his money.
You'll be folding it anyhow, eh?
The Bank of Ghana has warned that careless handling of the national currency has serious consequences for both the economy and the nation's image. Director and head of currency management BOG explained that action, such as crumpling, tearing, or soiling cedi notes, reduce their durability, disrupt banking operations, and create additional financial burdens for the country. And stop it. If you like folding your money, stop it. Crumpling it, you squeeze that, you dirty that thing. Buy wallets.
Some of us don't like wallets. Actually, I don't know if I've never used a wallet before. I'll be very honest.
Yeah, you squeeze it. Yeah. You go to church, you're doing offering. You press the money.
It depends on how much you're offering.
Exactly. Right? If you're holding the blue ones, not the small blue one. If you're holding the big blue one, you don't squeeze it. You be wanting to show it to people more that we do it inside.
In between your fingers.
Yeah, and then you just drop it slightly like that.
And use the red 11 CD 22.
It's a red card. Then that one you squeeze it.
You
squeeze it greatly.
You say the offering is from your heart, so you don't want anybody to see.
When you squeeze it, even you release your arm, the money cannot.
Like it can't. Anyways, good morning to you as well, Sixes.
I bought kenke in the house. You see, there's this woman who brings kenke to the neighborhood every Saturday morning. I gave her 50 Ghana note. She wasn't getting change. So I went in to bring Tengan or and in between the time I gave her the money, went in and came back. She had she had mashed the 50
like the kinky.
Also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, when the education minister was in Mawana School, which SHS did you go to?
I didn't go to an SHS.
Which SS did you go to?
I didn't go to an SS. I went to St. Francis Xavier Minor Seminary.
Here we go again.
That is why.
Here we go again.
On the front page.
Will you let him explain his that is why?
We won't tolerate indiscipline. The education.
Moderator, the man has attacked my school.
No, he
Do you
didn't.
want me to start?
He didn't attack the school. He just explained that is what.
That is why you are a lawyer.
Exactly. It was what I was going to say. That is why you are legal counsel today. So proceed.
We won't tolerate indiscipline. Education Minister. The story is on page 12, and this is in relation to the haircut.
Long hair, short hair conversation.
Also, Pres Mahama Ikufuado others lead tributes to Nana Konadu Ajiman Rawlings on page 10. Medical experts warn expectant mothers against misuse of steroids on page 13. There's also KGL Group Chairman receives Forbes Best Africa Corporate Leadership Award. On page 13, the steroid story. So the medical experts caution expectant mothers against misuse of steroids, or commonly known as bleaching pills, under the illusion of whitening the skin of their newborns.
Yeah, that's a problem that's been.
That one too is there.
Yeah. Oh no, that has been widely reported a number of times. Have been. Per my media monitoring, there's been several of such documentaries or stories I've seen openly on display. I recall Anita Bota even did one in Jamestown where someone said they were bleaching with they were actually using bleach, what we call parazone. They were using that to try and whiten themselves a bit. And so there is a problem of persons seeking to tone their skin and wanting to do that to their unborn babies as well. But anyways,
baby that does not know anything.
The baby has not made a choice also what they want even.
Hoping that it will go inside and go and
whiten the baby. You give birth to Obroni. The Observer newspaper. After forcing to present 2026 budget on November 13, unveiled post-IMF fiscal blueprint on page 3 of the paper. MIF partners internal audit agency to strengthen audit response skills. A Greek minister, Eric Opoku, engages international media during World Food Prize event in the USA. ADB strong turnaround continues as it records 153.66% profit growth, hitting 447.49 million cedis pre-tax profit in quarter 3 in 2025. Finally from me is the New Republic newspaper. $2 million SkyTrain saga. Produce lawyer. Judge gives Amir Konfi 2 days. They say
So by tomorrow, is it tomorrow? If he doesn't have a lawyer, then the trial will proceed.
The High Court handling the case of former Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund Board Chairman Professor Christopher Amir-Kofi has warned that the trial will continue without him if he does not show up with a lawyer by Wednesday. Presiding Judge Justice Audrey gave the warning after Professor Kofi came to court without legal representation on Monday. His new attorney, Yabuaf, reportedly could not be present because he had not finished his registration to represent the defendant. Okay. Also, the front page of the New Republic newspaper. Mother tongue policy start from KG to Basic 3. Education Ministry clarifies. And yesterday we got to know some of the challenges that this will face. The secondary will be the kind of postings that we do. So you 6th, maybe you are a trained teacher, you were trained in your hometown, then they'll post you to somewhere in my hometown, the Western region. And then we are predominantly in Zemes. How do you teach the children there with their mother tongue when you don't understand it? There's also the bit about how diverse our classrooms are. You go to the Volta region, for instance, wherever you find yourself. In a classroom, there are various ethnic groups represented, various languages represented. So whose language are you going to use? are you going to use the predominant language? If you do, it means some groups of students in the class will not be enjoying the lesson.
And for the chunk of us who are not living in our home regions and are interested in raising our kids to speak our languages, we find ourselves in different regions, different traditional areas. So the schools then naturally would have to offer the language of the people within the catchment area. So is my child going to be learning, for instance, Ga, or my child is going to be learning Dagari? And how many of the languages can the school offer at a time? So,
and which teachers are even there?
Cosmopolitan areas
to do that.
Exactly. So, are you saying you are going to be teaching Ga, Chi, and Ewe in a typical school within Accra? So, I'm sure there are still a lot of other things, that have to be ironed out, because the teacher himself may know, and this is practically a problem of Accra, of the Gan people. A lot of the teachers in Accra may not even be able to instruct in Ga, because they themselves don't speak Ga, they don't understand Ga.
I mean, that's been a concern that's been on for quite a while, that there aren't enough Ga teachers because they're even taken outside of the capital region.
Exactly. So if you ask the English teacher to teach English in Ga, the man doesn't speak the language. How is he going to do it? Or the math teacher to teach math in Ga, how is he going to do it?
If you finish teaching in Ga, do you write the exam in Ga? The math exam, do you write it in Ga?
I think.
So yesterday, it was part of the conversations we're having. There's a lot of things we need to
find details.
We just put it out there that use mother language. So we'll be there. Maybe too. The thinking is that use the mother language when you're teaching the indigenous language. So there's no problem if you want to learn the language as a subject, but make sure that the
statements are just
is the language of instruction.
So that is where all of these gray areas will come from.
No, but it's actually easier for the chaps to pick up, and it's faster for them to pick up when you instruct in the language they understand.
Yeah.
I think so.
It is so.
And it kills two birds with one stone. You are teaching the language at the same time teaching the subject matter and the subject that you are supposed to be handling.
Right, but also I believe this is for early learners. And it's not in the advanced, because I've seen some people ask the question, how are you going to teach the chemistry and all of that? I'm not sure when you're in class 6. The expectation is that you still be taught in your mother tongue.
Photosynthesis.
Exactly. Yeah, because I've seen all of that. Because I recall when I was in primary 1, primary 2, and at that time we were being taught everything in English and the likes. Reading for a great chunk of students around that time was not so great. And so during exam even, the teacher reads out the question and reads out the objective as well as to what it is, and then whatever it is that you believe the answer is, you shade or you circle you circle it.
So the teacher stands in front of the class
and reads the question. You have the question in front and then the possible answers, because it's an early formative years where they are hoping to. So I believe something like that is what will work for the early learners, possibly by class 1, 2 thereabout. We're beginning to wean them off. I don't know, because there needs to be a policy direction or a paper as well backing this.
I support the policy.
We're speaking with the GS. There was another challenge. You said that because some of the teachers do not even understand the language. You go to some areas and the teacher will need an interpreter to translate what he's saying in the language the students will understand.
So these are all challenges that will come up.
I'm not sure that is the intent of the policy.
No.
I think that it's like, even at the uni level, a student gets up to contribute or to ask a question, is struggling to make the point that he or she wants to make. Then you hear the mates at the background shouting, Kanochi.
Katri.
You see, So there's a belief that you know what you want to say, all right, but the language is a barrier to your expression.
Right.
So in order to remove that barrier, say it in the language that the child will understand, so that the child grasps the concept. Thereafter, the child is able to express himself or herself the concept that he or she has been taught. So if you are learning board mass, and Mawina is struggling to, how would you explain board mass to your students in Ewe?
I don't know why you want to put me in this box. I don't know why you want to put me in this box.
What is the principle of board mass? Explain it in Ewe.
I mean, so these will be, I'm not sure board mass, you'll be learning board mass in primary or KG,
No.
primary 2.
Maybe you're learning shapes,
exactly. So it will be to a point.
So what is a triangle in Ewe?
That's the I don't know. I don't know.
You learn colors. Kokwana setuntu.
And green is what?
Mono.
Anyway, but I think it's a good policy.
Yes.
In fact, the one I have a problem with is the haircut.
We'll get into the haircut conversation. I'm sure.
When I look at my girl's hair, I don't want to cut it too.
Yeah, but
It's beautiful.
It's either you cut it or you look for another school that will accept it.
Yeah.
The hair is beautiful. I don't want to cut it. Anyway, National Enquirer, it says on the front page, Forbes honors KGL Group Chairman Alex Apao Dade with Best of Africa Corporate Leadership and Innovation Award. Comes with the picture of the awardee smiling. Mahama to appoint new defense minister soon. Kwachi Ofosu, minister responsible for government communications, is the one quoted here. And over 1,500 illegal miners arrested so far, Lands Ministry. Speaking comes with the picture of Charlie. These guys, see. Charlie,
The Galamsey is
it's a serious matter.
They can fight
Hey,
police people. They are macho men.
a macho man, oh.
Budo.
Okay, so 1,500 of them arrested so far. Where are they? Who is feeding them? How much is the cost of feeding?
Yeah.
Are we going? Are we coming?
And where is the
what we want
gold?
to do?
And where is the gold that is seized on these during these operations?
So I've been saying that when you hear police, they go on robbery, anti-robbery campaigns. They will get guns. They will get some of the monies. They'll get mobile phones and all of that. But when we hear that these illegal mining sites are raided, we never hear they have recovered gold.
Because they don't keep the gold at the sites.
No, but so when they mine it now, they take it away.
They take it away.
But the robbers, they steal them when they keep it with them small.
Because the robbers, it is their homes that are raided.
No, I mean it's a very legitimate question.
It's their homes that are raided.
We've been hearing about raids since Operation Calm Life. No, Operation Calm Life was not part of it. It was a different operation. The military has been to the forest for over 5 years now. Off the top of my head, we've never heard them say they recovered this number of
1 ounce of gold.
Yes, always it is burning excavators, burning this, burning that.
In the early days
Who keeps the? No, that one was an operation which was undertaken in someone's residence. It wasn't a gold mine. That one we got disclosures that there were a number of fake gold bars. There were fake gold bars, and what have you. But we haven't heard about
we have to ask
these and all of that. Charlie.
But you have gone to arrest the people from the pit. They are not carrying, they are not looking for the gold. It's not, they haven't found it yet. So
we will find everything everywhere else, but we will not find gold.
Mahama to appoint new defense minister soon. Ghana elected first vice chair of AU Committee on Agric, Rural Development, Water, beg your pardon, and Environment. Comes with a picture of Professor Wisdom Palu, chairman of the Fisheries Commission of Ghana. Yearly deaths from air pollution in Ghana rise to 32,500. Are you sure it's no more than that? DVLA issues 14,400 DP stickers in September, up from monthly average of 1,800. And GIPC launches regional investment roadshows in Volta and OT. Finally, from Ghana's favorite newspaper, the Daily Guide newspaper says, bring your lawyer or I proceed. Judge to Ameyao Ekumfi. Comes with a beautiful picture of Professor Christopher Ameyao Ekumfi smiling away all the problems. Cabinet warns ministers over unapproved policy announcements. Professor Kweku Danso-Boafo is pictured. Baumia leads NPP delegation to mourn Nana Konadu, and comes with a picture of the former flag bearer, former vice president, signing the book of condolence. Why is it that it's so easy for us to rally around funerals, but when beyond the funeral, when we say, come and sit down, let's discuss national issues, then people are running away, they are hiding behind green and red. Why?
It's a genuine concern. I think on that front, people believe, this is more nationalistic. Let's put our party differences aside and come together and mourn the dead and what have you. But I believe it could be better in terms of our approach to national conversations.
Charlotte, from across the aisle, you see that there's this call it unity. You know, Nana Konedu's death has sort of brought all factions together.
She cut across.
Yes.
She cut across in terms
NPP,
of.
You see NDC, you see NDP.
As a people generally, death is something that we do not allow bring division.
Yeah, we're able to put our differences away.
Yes, we put our differences away when somebody has left.
But if we say come for century conference, that one.
The century
we put our differences away when we are crying, but when we are sharing money, our differences will bring it.
Of course.
Sad. Education Ministry backtracks on mother tongue policy. Was it?
Have they?
Backtrack?
I've not seen a backtrack.
Just a clarification, not a backtrack.
Headline counting, eh?
Well, that's it for the Daily Guide newspaper. It says the update. What name is this? I mentioned this name.
Soringo, that's what I see.
Okay, good morning to Abena.
The listeners cannot hear you. You say, who are you reading?
I wonder why it's
on the front page.
Oh, okay. I'll get into the Daily Graphic shortly.
These 2-week-old lawyers, they do sound.
But before I do that,
be attacking the whole profession like that.
I'm sorry, please. I apologize.
Before I get into the Daily Graphic and then we get details, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana. Rosebank International University is strong South African university in a brand of the AdVTech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City and Guilds UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration DBA, an MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy and Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are open for January 2026, and so visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Pebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. And so, yes, find Rosebank at the Airport Commercial or Pebia House. But let's get into the Daily Graphic right now. They lead with government eyes 500,000 agri jobs. Oil palm push takes center stage in 2026 budget. The budget preparation is underway, and so it will be nice to. I think Graphic is giving us a look into what the 2026 budget possibly could be like, and so that's good to see. Also here, Nordic government partner to tackle period poverty. 6 million free pads reach school children. UPSA Professor Puni proposes shift in SOA leadership and appointment. Unauthorized fee saga. GES invites Pastec headmaster for questioning. Return contributes to Africa's development. KGL Group chair to diaspora after Forbes award. On the back page, Akako needs support to realize dreams, proprietor. And another man shot dead in Garu is also here on the front page of the Daily Graphic. The Daybreak newspaper is what I have. Lightwave saga. Alarm blow over $100 million health data deal. 400 more facilities yet to be captured on system. 3 killed. MP's house burnt in deadly Binduri gun attack. KGL Group chair Alex Dade Annette. MIF Partners Internal Audit Agency for Audit Skills. Finance Minister to present 2026 budget November 13. I see the Archives newspaper. Do we know this one? The Archives newspaper.
Yeah, it's been.
So they lead with NDC MP confesses I lied about 30,000 SHS placement extortion claim. Wow, they investigate him. He's running away from his own statement. Interesting. Farmer drowns while going for loan to pay child school fees. That's a sad one. GIPC begins regional investment roadshows in Volta region. Revocation of 278 licenses. Mining consultant applauds exercise but warns of litigation. And KGO Group chair wins Forbes top award. And so those are the. Let's get into the details now. I want to look at the graphic story on job creation, because jobs are a big thing for us here in the country, because we know there's youth unemployment amongst many other things. And so this story is by McLean Kofi. Is writing from Washington, D.C. He says that the government is set to roll out a major agriculture-driven jobs initiative that can create more than 500,000 employment opportunities across the country as part of a new strategy to transform the sector and accelerate inclusive economic growth. Consequently, a comprehensive oil palm plantation policy is being finalized to be captured in the 2026 budget to support the initiative. The Minister of Finance, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, who disclosed this, said it was part of a broader push to develop high-value economic crops that can boost rural incomes, strengthen the country's agro-processing value chain, and reduce dependence on imported raw materials. And so we will be seeing a big rollout in terms of plan for oil plantation, oil palm plantation, which is expected to create 500,000 jobs in the coming days. Success stories.
Yes. There's a particular one I wanted to get into. I can't seem.
You can't seem to find the exact page.
Yes.
It is on.
Okay, I think Crosby can go on once I get the story.
Over the weekend, Sir Sam Jonah, in an interview, I think on a media platform, he raised alarms over the rapid rise of luxury real estate developments in Accra.
Right.
So in the interview, he suggested that many of these developments are being financed with funds from dubious or untraceable sources, and questioned how high-cost projects across affluent neighborhoods such as Airport Residential, Cantonment, and Laboni are being funded in a country where securing large-scale developmental capital remains extremely challenging. And then you see that when you're driving in Accra, a lot of high-rise buildings around, and the conversation that goes around is which people are living in these areas, which people are living in these buildings. Often they say that half of the building is half empty because people are not able to afford it. Yet we know all of us are in need of some levels of decent accommodation. We're not asking for, to build this mansion so that we would come and buy or come and rent. But if you want to solve a housing need, a housing problem, then build it and make it affordable so that those who need it will be able to afford it, so that the buildings will not be there, lying useless when there's the need for them, but the people are not able to afford them.
I don't know what raises the concern. A lot of the buildings you see, about 50% of the population cannot afford.
50? Did you say 50% of the population? Perhaps you have to revise these numbers. No, you have to revise these numbers because I'm not sure it's half of the population. You see, we sometimes...
Is it more than half or is less than half?
Way in excess. Way in excess.
Close to the entire population.
Yes.
Except the people themselves who build it.
We are in Accra, and so more often than not, we're tempted to want to perceive or look at things from the perspective of Accra. Yeah, Accra is the most populous, if I'm not mistaken, most populous region. We in excess of 6 million people live here or are in Accra,
and relative to the land mass.
Well, relative. I just have to check the numbers again, but the numbers are quite huge, and so more often than not, we're tempted to believe that everybody, the entirety of the country is Accra. If you move outside of here,
that perception can definitely not come from me.
No, I'm not saying it will come from you in a sense that you're looking at.
That if you look at let me use the State Housing Corporation itself. You see, there are these buildings that they put up.
Yes.
They have some at Adenta. They have some at what's this other place? Oh, okay. I can use the Adenta one.
Right.
If you look at the structure, and I went to cover one of the, was it sword cutting or yes? So they had cut sword for construction of some units, and also commissioned others. And at the time, this was like 5 years ago, and at the time, the MD of State Housing Corporation said that the units that were being put up had already been bought off. So if you needed one, you had to make a sort of a deposit, so that they will then consider you in the new sets that they would be constructing. You get it? And the point I'm making is this: if you look at the amount that is quoted, compare it to the salary of the average Ghanaian, you know that Ghanaian worker, you know that it is beyond the means of the person. And we don't live in a credit system. You live in a system where everything is cash and carry. In other jurisdictions, I would be able to buy such a house based on a certain credit arrangement.
Yeah.
So I'm paying it off by mortgage. And by the end of a certain number of years, I'm good to go. In Ghana, it is not like that. You need to be able to be liquid to some extent to be able to afford such a facility. And even the mortgage facilities available is still beyond the reach of the average salary earner.
Yeah.
You get it? So it is based on that I'm saying that 50%. But yes, I think I can agree with you that it could be more than 50% of the population.
No, it could be more. It is more than that. It is more than 50%.
I like your conviction.
No, I'm certain of that fact. That's why, not that we can't own homes, but in the manner in which we see these high-rise buildings and the starting price is $500,000, $50,000, there are people with money in this country, and we do not say we do not seek to speak or suggest as though that people cannot afford. Yes, there are people who can afford. The question is what's the percentage of the population that can afford it?
I'm reading a statement from Kenneth Gilbert Ajay, the Minister for Works and Housing and Water Resources. He came to the National Thought Leadership Forum at the Labadi Beach Hotel. That was in September.
That we put together, yeah.
Yes, that we put together. And then this is what he says. Currently, millions of Ghanaians are waiting for the first brick to be laid on a house they can truly afford. And then he says that, I just lost it. I just lost it. I'll find it again, and then it's painting a very grim
gloomy
picture.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As to the numbers, as for that, it's been existent for quite a while. Sometimes you're tempted to believe that in this country we work miracles to survive. I'll be very, very honest.
It says that currently millions of Ghanaians they are waiting, and then research is showing that only 5% of Ghana's population, sisters, only 5% of Ghana's population can afford to buy a house without assistance. 60% need support to access decent housing, while the remaining 30% require additional direct support, such as affordable mortgages and then subsidies. The question then will be the affordability of the mortgage.
So if 95% of the population cannot, I'm sorry, I duly and profusely
Oh no, you
apologize.
don't have to apologize. I mean, it's a round table conversation.
He also said that the affordable housing program is based on the principle that this is a principle that for housing to be truly affordable, the cost should not exceed 30% of a household's income. Now, ask yourself,
can we just end it? No, don't ask anything.
Where you are living?
I think we all know where we are, where we stand.
But
it's a dangerous situation we are in as a country.
Dangerous. We have been in this since God knows how long.
It's a dangerous situation we are in because, look, and you were struggling to describe Accra as whether it's the most populated or not. I think Accra is choked also because Accra is small in size and everyone wants to be in Accra. We may not, it may not be the populace, but it is choked. It is. And you see a lot of containers and these shops that people sleep in. What's the name again?
The kiosk.
Say again.
The kiosk.
The kiosk. You see them springing up, even in the so-called estates. This used to be found only in the slums or new areas that you maybe somewhere along the motorway. You see that there's some space there, then two people go and erect some structure. They are living there. By the time you realize 5 more people have joined them, by the time you realize there's a whole community that has sprung up. Now you are finding these springing up in the so-called estates or what residential areas.
Yeah.
You see, that tells you that there's a big problem with housing in this country. And the problem is a money problem.
Is anybody's conscience being pricked? Is anybody wary of the fact that there's a problem on our hands with this? That's another.
Each man for himself.
I mean, so
for us all.
That's the problem. That's the problem that we have on our hands. And on the numbers, Crosby mentioned that it shouldn't exceed more than 30% of a household's income.
That figure is coming from the Works
and
Ministry.
Ministry.
It says it's the principle.
They know, so they know what it is. But they themselves, affordable housing is not affordable to the average.
And we can never get tired of talking about affordable housing because it pretty much sums up one of the biggest challenges, most biggest challenge for many young people coming up, outside of the fact that they need jobs, they need where they can lay their heads as well, and for them to start families. And so, yeah, it's a big conversation. Let's look at something else before we run out of the studio.
Okay.
Quickly.
This is a story I was looking for. Yearly deaths from air pollution in Ghana rise to 32,500, and this is quoted from a report. It's on page 4 of the National Enquirer newspaper. It says, by Edwin Kwakofi, says about 32,500 people died from air pollution-related diseases in Ghana in 2023. Data from the State of Global Air 2025 report has revealed. The Director of Public Health at AMA, Florence Kunchi, recently pegged the figure at 28,000, but the data from the report suggests that number was significantly understated. And there's a graph that they have put together. 36% of the world's population is exposed to levels of PM. 11% of global population lives in areas where there are no national air quality standards. I thought I could find something specific to Ghana. But you see, we find ourselves breathing in a lot that we shouldn't be. From the roads, even to our neighborhoods.
Right.
People are burning things anyhow. You go into our market spaces.
Not to cut you. Somebody told a story of a friend who had lived outside all his life, over 30 years, and then comes to Ghana, leaves the plane, step foot on Ghanaian soil, and the first thing he says is Ghana bon.
Place stinks.
Just like that.
Just like that. The air is different.
No, we don't want to make a issue go back. But you see, that probably would sum up all that I wanted to say.
Bro,
and it is clear, it's not something that you struggle to perceive. Our markets are smelling. Our gutters, roads are smelling. They are dirty. By the roadside, you see that they have actually dumped rubbish. And let me mention Madina, Zongo Junction. Abe, the traffic is killing you, the stench is killing you, the rubbish suffocating you, the road is nasty. What are we doing to ourselves? What?
And the assemblies that allow for rubbish to be put by the roadside, I think we need to be on their case in the coming days, because it is simply not acceptable. Before we get to their case, I'm mentioning Madina Assembly, Madina Lankontanang Municipal Assembly. I'm mentioning you. I'm greeting you. You can't have rubbish by the side of the road. Hot afternoon.
Charlie, early morning. Well, Abiam can testify to this. He also uses that same.
That's right, yeah.
Early in the morning, as you are stuck in that Zongo Junction traffic, you see by the roadside. In fact, it's even more serious when the trucks come to collect the rubbish from the roadside.
The whole place.
So imagine you are stuck in that traffic.
There's like 2 months of your life just being wiped off.
Why? Lankontanan Municipal Assembly, good morning to you.
Those cars, Charlie.
It's not fair. Traffic lights. Okay, this one is usually working. So you are stuck in the traffic. The place smells. The rubbish is too much. There are people who are crossing the road right under the footbridge. They won't use the footbridge. They prefer to cross the road, walk in front of you, bang your car, and insult you on top because you are not giving them way. What a free country.
And the sun is shining too.
And the sun is shining. And some other frustrated driver is behind you doing pim. Why? Why are we killing ourselves?
It's just interesting.
So by the time you leave that Zongo Junction stretch, 10 years of your life is gone.
Oh no, 10 is too much. Well, let's say 2 months. 2 months.
It's not a serious.
No, you do. I agree. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. 10 is too much. Yeah, that's 2 months.
By the time you leave that Zongo Junction stretch, and see, normally the frustration starts from Reese Junction. Is that Reese Junction? SDA. Yeah, Reese Junction. So Reese Junction is choked. Thankfully, that side is not smelling. So it's just the traffic you are contending with.
If I leave 6 to you speak to all of his problems on radio.
In fact, because this is just one of them. So let me end it.
I know. But for the problem of Accra and the stench characterized, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Circle, GBC, immigration headquarters. You know, I used to do that stretch when I was in GIG. Sometimes when we close, we would decide to walk from there to GBC to get a bus. The entire stretch. And I always ask myself, what is it with these gutters that they give off such
You want me to start again?
I apologize. And so I mean the problem is one that we can all identify, and I'm sure when the phone lines are about to be opened, call us shortly. We'll just go for a quick break. When the lines get open and people are to speak to this, you realize that it's a problem that's everywhere. But thank you, Sixes, and thank you as well, Crosby, for helping us.
Somebody say, why not mention Abubulushi? Is Abubulushi still smelling?
Oh, always has, always will.
No, I thought the place had been cleaned up. I haven't been.
Let me do some of the messages on our stream. This one from Sikata says, listen to the discussion this morning and the issues being raised. Isn't it time we also start discussing population growth issues? Maybe, just maybe, if we can control population growth, we may be able to handle the various shortages better in terms of jobs, schools, hospitals, beds, bed shortage syndrome, etc., etc. Just thinking out aloud. Sika, thank you as well for sharing your thoughts.
I'm not coming to tell people not to bomb.
I mean, it's a holistic conversation we can have. I believe our population is still not quite there yet. It's just a problem of us not developing to meet those the sheer numbers. Nobody has been someone has sat down and said, look, in the next 5 years will be 40 million. Do we have projects for 40 million people? No. Let's begin to put things in place. We're not doing that enough. But Prince Brown says,
that brings up the conversation of a long-term national development plan. What we currently do is a 4-year plan by political parties. We should have a national plan that the political parties will then feed into, so that if you are giving us free SHS, it is hinged on a certain national agenda.
Because with free SHS, there needs to be corresponding infrastructure at senior high schools, at the universities, and then it must translate as well into the conducive environment where jobs are made available for the teeming numbers that are coming. Because if we go through the entire process and we come and sit down and there's nothing, then that becomes a problem. And by job creation, we don't mean just government alone, but the conducive environment must exist for private businesses as well. Let me read a bit more in terms of the comments from Facebook. Good morning to 3FM, listening to you at TRV. Today is my birthday. Kwablavi Benghazi of Pokwasi Benghazi, Small Libya. Happy birthday to you as well. Sixes, remind them to add Esquire to your name. We've heard. We'll continue to add the Esquire. We'll be adding the Esquire to his name. But guys, thank you very much for helping us through the news review segment. We're going for a quick break. When we return, community voices, and we'll hear from you after this short break.